Good day, everyone. Ali Safi here from Safi Financial Network. Today is February the 3rd, 2025. Here is another daily analysis. All right. Month of February just started very volatile due to tariffs against Mexico and Canada market. Just the early session market went all the way down to 5,800, pretty close to the box that we mentioned in just last video. If you haven't watched that one, we were expecting the downside target is coming to this area, which is pretty close actually. Market just defended 5,900 right now and bounced back up sharply just because negotiation seems like ended up to 1 month's pause for both Mexico and Canada. However, market just getting back to the upside after hours. We got a nice pop, but getting back down. Right now, this is kind of like the buying opportunity, I would say, for the market. If we go to 4 hours chart, we see that a clear picture that market just gap down, going down, and then rising all the way up to fill this gap, which is bullish. So right now we can get to 59, I would say 60, 59.70, and that would be kind of like a reversal. So if we see that one, we can see a bullish consolidation force to the upside. And if we get above this pivotal point, which can lead to new all-time high 62 to 62.50, that would be the possible scenario. Still, danger is here just because we are going to see lots of volatility. As I said, the upside target is going to be very, very limited, and we may see some kind of like a mover, a downside mover actually, just sharply as well. So we're going to see how it goes. Moving on to Nasdaq, it's kind of like the same scenario here. We saw that the volatile session. However, Nasdaq is forming. I would say lots of people are saying worse, but I would say it's getting better actually. Here is the reverse head and shoulder, and we see that here's the neckline. And today we didn't manage even before this lower low. And right now we are kind of like forming a higher low here. Here's the low, here's the higher low, and here's another higher low. Just going all the way down to 20,800 and then getting back to the upside. As long as we are above this pivotal point, which is at 20,000, we need to give market benefit of doubt. If we get above this pivotal point, I would say the neckline here is very, very important. If we get above this neckline, then we can see a breaking through to the upside. 23,000 is coming down the road. Again, if we get above this neckline, if we can't manage above this neckline, if we get back to this pivotal point here, let me just show you here these two lows here, somewhere around 20,800 to 20,500. If we get below this, I would say the deeper correction is coming down the road, which is getting back to this trend line, which is the 2023 trend line, and that would be a substantial buying opportunity. However, I would say this is not the case, at least for now. I'm expecting this volatility stays here for more weeks, actually for more few weeks, especially when we have a big earnings for Google is coming tomorrow, AMD is coming tomorrow as well, and also Amazon is gonna announce their earning this week as well. So we may have some upside for the Nasdaq. I would say those companies are going to have a good earning, especially AMD. I'm kind of like a positive on that one, and Google as well. Moving on to the Dow. Dow actually just nicely. This is the analysis that I had. Just nicely get into this box, which I mentioned in yesterday video. So if you haven't watched yesterday video, I was saying Dow is kind of like getting close to a corrective move, and we were here. So I assumed that it was like for 2 days, 3 days. Actually, it takes to get back here. But today price action was very wacky. I would say very sharp decline all the way to 43,700, bouncing back up very, very sharply and nicely and managed positive today. So Dow right now in future market, it's just 100 points. I would say this is kind of like a buying opportunity for the next rally. So if we get again challenge this neckline, new all-time high is coming. 46,000 is gonna be on the road for the Dow Jones. So stay tuned for that one as well. Moving on to gold, which hits new all-time high today. Fantastic move. Search for gold. Still, it is on their way for 32 to 3,300. The good thing is gold miners actually participate rally, and they're strongly participating in rally. The I would say the challenging point or negative point is silver. However, today price action for silver was bullish as well. So we got back test this area. It goes back all the way down to 30 to $31 per ounce, and then surging higher to the upside. Managed it positive nicely. 31.53 right now. Bullish consolidation. Silver, if it takes out this pivotal point, which is going back to this supply area, it can go to 34 to even $36 per ounce. So we'll see how it goes. Crude just getting back to the downside after back testing this broken trend line here, still struggling with this trend line. If crude gets back to the bear side, I would say it can go all the way down to 65, which is going to be less likely. I would say crude is forming a bottom here, if you ask me. I'm not sure if this is kind of like a bearish momentum. I would say this is kind of like the corrective rally within this spike. So we may see some kind of like a reversal. If reversal is coming back again above 79, 74 to 75, then crude can get back to 82 to $84 per barrel. So we'll see how it goes. But all in all, I should say stay tuned for crude. We'll see how it goes. Moving on to individual names, starting with Bitcoin. Very volatile session for crypto. Bitcoin just going all the way down to almost 91,000 and then getting back above 100. 10% volatility in Bitcoin. And this is bullish. This is not bearish, but I would say the dynamic is shifting to altcoins rather than Bitcoin was leader until this consolidation. I would say from now on, I'm kind of like a very bullish on Ethereum. Look at the Ethereum. This is the bottoming tail here. Fantastic capitulation. Actually, we got into Ethereum on an ETF. We bought it today. We are nicely in money with our subscribers. So right now we are just sitting in long position, and I'm kind of like looking for a potential pullback, a final pullback to middle of this wide range bar, which is middle of this shadow here, somewhere around 2,500, 2,600. Then getting back to the upside, nicely breaking through above this. If Ethereum goes above this trend line, I would say 46 to 4,800 is coming down the road, which is going to be new all-time high for Ethereum. And that's going to be more than 50% to the upside. This is fantastic move for Ethereum today, and I believe that more upside is coming down the road. Bond yield, like the other assets, actually today it has like a volatility. 420 still is the case. So right now it's just forming a consolidation choppiness. Bond after hitting to 89, it just sold off. It goes to this gap fill. This is technical level for selling. But right now, it's just forming a consolidation here. 88 to 89 to 90, that's the area that I'm looking at for a treasury right now. More consolidation means more bullishness is coming down the road. Moving on to VIX. VIX just pop and then going all the way down, sellers to control the entire session. However, 13% uptick for VIX. Still, I would say this is going to be a choppiness down the road. We will get back to VIX potentially by end of this month. Look at the Dixie. Dixie forming a topping tail here. This means less bond yield is coming, lower bond yield is coming, and more precious metals prices going forward. So this is a nice topping tail here, 110, and right now it just closed at 108.67. I would say if it goes below this pivotal point, which is 107, it can go all the way down to 105 and even lower than that. So we'll see how it goes. Moving on to magma indicator. Magma just at 1775, forming a very nice consolidation here. Apple just as $8 down for Apple. So this is the scenario that we're looking for. Apple, if it goes down to this area, that would be great buying opportunity. I would say if market gets back to the bullish momentum, it's pretty hard to call Apple is going to go to the downside, probably choppiness, and it can just hit a lower high and then getting back to the downside. So we'll see how it goes. Amazon will have earning by, I would say it's going to be earning Thursday, so or Wednesday. So still holding up pretty close to new all-time high. If it consolidates here, more upside is coming down the road. Meta, look at that. So this is one of those names that nicely getting back to the upside. Good bullish consolidation here is forming for Meta. This is very fantastic. Meta is just going all the way up to the upside and a new all-time high. Microsoft actually just going down today 1%, but hold up pretty well about 400. I would say Microsoft is one of those names. If you want to get in, to this. This is the right level. I'm just looking for 384 to 401. So that's the area that I'm looking at for Microsoft. But if you want to get in, I would say it's not bad idea to get into the long position, especially when earning was fantastic. Google earning is coming tomorrow as well. So jump just 1% down, 1.37% down, pretty close to the all-time high. So 201 right now, close above 200. I would say 7 to 10% gap is going to happen, especially if earning is coming good. It can go all the way up to 217, 212, 15. But if it goes bad, it can go all the way down to 108, which is going to be this gap. So we'll see how it goes. Netflix, $2 uptick today. Not a bad session. Bullish consolidation here. Tesla going down, just challenged this pivot 372. Right now, Tesla established itself below 400. However, if it goes above 420, I would say Tesla can break in through to the upside. Right now, Tesla is in a support area. Here's the demand area. And if it goes even deeper, we can get back to the buy position. So we'll see how it goes. Semiconductor index, it just gapped up today, but the buyers came back and nicely get into this, especially NVDA hammer today. Stocks the same pattern here. Taiwan Semiconductor just a gap down 5% and can't manage to positive territory. AMD will have earning tomorrow, and that's going to be kind of like a time changing for AMD. If it goes positive, it can just tackle 135, 137, which is great idea to just nibble down. But if it goes down, I would say the final capitulation is going to happen 90 to 97. So what we'll see, either case is going to be bullish for me, just because if it goes down to 97, I'm going to just deploy money on AMD, and because I think that AMD eventually is going to break out nicely. This stock is very undervalued, and it has like a potential to go to the upside. NVIDIA, trend line here, just challenge the trend line, gap down, but getting back to the upside, 116.67 cents. Right now, I would say NVIDIA can go all the way up to 130 to 132. That's going to be the gap and gap fill here. Texas Instrument, just gap down and then getting back to the upside. However, cannot manage in positive territory. But overall, I would say market just came off the low nicely. Lam Research hold up pretty nice above $80 in today's session. It just going all the way down to 78 early in the morning, but came back up nicely to $80. Moving on to XLF, which is Financial Spider, just getting back to the upside. And I believe all in all, when I see the market overall gap down, but almost I came back from the low and nicely gained the entire session. For those ones who were buyers, anything at the early session, they were winner for today. KBE, $1.11 down, but not bad session overall. KRE, $1.33 down. JP Morgan, 49 cents down. But look at the candle here. Buyers are still supporting this name. Goldman Sachs, the same pattern here, $8 down, but buyers came back off the low. And Bank of America, 9 cents down. look at that. So it's just going all the way down to 45, but getting back to 46.21. Wells Fargo 66 cents down. And moving on to the gold miners, it was positive for GDX today, 60 cents up. Not a bad session at all. GDXJ 76 cents up. AEM $1.92 up, higher high today, and Newmont 40 cents up. If it goes above 44 to 45, it's going to tackle all the way to 51. So make sure watch this level because if it breaks through to the upside, it's going to have a potential for another 10% to the upside. Franco-Nevada higher high today. We are dealing with 137, 140. That's the area that is going back to this supply area. So that's why sellers still take control, but seems like they're okay just because sellers don't have power to smash the price down. It's just selling in this area. And gold barrick is just getting back to the positive momentum today. Not a bad session. XLE, Energy Spider goes back to this demand area, nicely reacted well. XOP 25 cents down today, but getting back to this demand area again, this is the gap, and also OIH $1.02 down. Exxon goes all the way again to this demand area, which we nailed before, but today I think that was kind of like the double bottom here. And if it's double bottom, we need to see a trigger above 112. So it needs to go back up above 112 to 150. Then we can see all the way up to potentially 120, 122. So we'll see how it goes. Moving on to Chevron, which is last the stock for today. It's just going to this demand area, nicely doji bar here. So we will see if we get a confirmation. That would be the end of the corrected move for these names. All right, folks. Again, volatility still is here. So as I said before, 2025 is going to be traders here, not investors. So stay prudent and stay on the side if you don't know what to do with your cash, just because your cash can be liquided like the crypto market today. All right. Have a fantastic evening. See you on the chart. Bye bye.